and nasty show. Short and nasty show. Oh, that short and nasty show. That short and nasty show. Short and nasty little show. Oh, that short and nasty show. Short and nasty, yeah. It's so short and nasty, baby. It's so short and nasty.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cameron Fielder, and this is episode number 9 of the Short and Nasty Show. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. It's 11:37 here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And today I'm going to be talking about Dave Chappelle and the recently released comedy Netflix special, Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones. It's quite funny. It's actually been very well received by people on IMDb. I think it's got a 84% rating right now. But, as you might have heard, the media is, quite a few publications are going after Dave. Now, this is exactly what Dave Chappelle wanted. As many of these people themselves have pointed out, Dave Chappelle's comedy special is titled Sticks and Stones for a reason. And I'm going to play you a little clip right here. This is a clip from the comedy special, and this is the very beginning. So just listen to what he's saying about the song and think about how that relates.
I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it goes astray. But when I woke up this morning, could have sworn it was Judgment Day. Sky was all purple, there were people running everywhere. And this was the bar of the whole song. Prince say, trying to run from my destruction, you know I didn't even care.
So what's he saying right there? Well, it's pretty obvious what he's saying. The world is going to shit. It's Judgment Day for a comedian. You know, you can't even perform your art the way it's meant to be performed without worrying about a big group of idiots coming out and trying to ruin you. Dave Chappelle, along with a lot of other comedians, he's on the front line of that battle. He's a frontline warrior, battling for free speech. Obviously, we should all be concerned about free speech. Free speech should be important to everyone. Maybe you don't understand how significant it is to tell comedians what they can and can't joke about, or tell a musician what he can and can't sing about. Oftentimes, people will cross a line and tread into the uncomfortable. But that's all part of free speech, baby. You have to have it all. We can't turn out like Canada with these compelled speech laws and people being charged with hate speech crimes because they referred to a person with the wrong pronoun. You know, with the wrong gender pronoun. That'd be no bueno. That'd be no bueno for us. So this next clip is he gives a short explanation of what Kevin Hart said on Twitter that had the gay community so in uproar. And anyway, just listen.
Exhibiting homosexual behavior around the house, that he chastised him. He'd say, hey, that's gay. And then he said he would smash a dollhouse over that child's head. Ooh, the gay community was furious. And I don't blame them. I got a lot of gay friends. And all of them, 100% of them, all have told me fucking horror stories about the shit they had to go through just to be themselves. Crazy, crazy stories. And in all those stories, I gotta say, not one of them has ever mentioned anything like their father smashing a fucking dollhouse over their head. Because clearly Kevin was joking.
Yes, clearly Kevin was joking. That's the point. People should be able to joke about things that you normally would not say seriously. You're not going to seriously threaten to hit your kid with a dollhouse. You're not going to seriously actually hit your kid with a dollhouse. But joking about it, plenty of people do that. Plenty of people joke about things that they wouldn't do. Are you guys even human beings? Are you guys like NPC robots that have been sent from the future to wipe us of our creativity, our originality, and our soul? Absolutely no sense of humor on this bunch of dickheads. Absolutely none. And that's what Dave Chappelle was going for. You know, Dave Chappelle, like every other comedian in the country, every other real comedian, every other comedian that actually says something, is tired of this culture where you got to watch what you say because it might end your career. You know, they're tired of it. And it's kind of like when you got a bunch of kids getting beat up by a bully on the playground, and then a bigger kid comes over and says, hey, beat me up. And the bully says, well, what do you mean beat you up? He says, come on, beat me up. Try it. That's kind of what Dave Chappelle's doing right now. Dave Chappelle knows that they're not going to push him around. They can try all day long to ruin his career, do this and that. He doesn't give a shit. And it's not going to work, whatever they try on him. He's not like Kevin Hart. He's not going to come out and apologize on all the shows. You know. He's not going to fold. And people are going to love him for it. People have always loved Dave Chappelle because he doesn't have a filter, and people are going to love him even more now. Now, this article in particular kind of really got my blood boiling. What bothers me most about Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones, this article is from Complex, music, pop culture shows. Okay, so you guys basically have zero credibility. And the writer is Khal, Khal. Yeah, again, zero credibility. And here we go. If you didn't know that Dave Chappelle had a new Netflix special, Sticks and Stones, coming out on Monday, August 26th, before it dropped, you definitely knew by that afternoon just from your timelines. This whole week has had one main conversation going on, pitting those who are tired of what's been described as lazy writing when it comes to Chappelle's words on the LGBTQ community, or his comments on the Michael Jackson sexual assault accusation and Kevin Hart Oscar hosting homophobia controversy. Okay, first of all, people don't get this mad about a bad comedy special. If the issue was only that his jokes were lazy, which isn't true, but if that were the only issue, that people had, that he had lazy jokes, there wouldn't be a million articles written by you fucking retards. That's it. That's right. I said retards. I'll say it again. Retards. As in retarded people. That's you. Khal. Khal. You are a retarded person. Khal, you are a retard. A retard. Have I said it enough? Now, this says the jokes are lazy. Lazy writing when it comes to Chappelle's words on the LGBTQ community or his comments on the Michael Jackson sexual assault accusation and Kevin Hart's Oscar hosting homophobia controversy. Against those who want his critics to shut up and just accept the comedy. And here's the other thing. People like me talking from the other side of the aisle on this. People that are defending Dave Chappelle. It's not that we want you to shut up. It's not that I don't think you should be able to express your opinion. That's not it at all. I want you to understand that free speech is going nowhere. I want you to understand that this comedy special, this lazy comedy special, has an 84% on IMDb. That's a pretty solid place to be. And those are the fans. Those are just everyday people. Not you dumbass, retarded fucking critics that aren't looking for a good time, aren't looking to laugh. You guys are looking to nitpick things that offend you. Let's continue. It's an argument we'll have as long as Chappelle is given a platform on a service everyone uses, but that's where my biggest issue with Chappelle's Sticks and Stones special resides. Early on, Chappelle does a number of impersonations. His last is a mockery of, well, anyone who has a take on what he's been saying, although it's masked as, and by the audience assumed to be, rhetoric coming from President Trump. Wow. Talk about projection. It's masked as President Trump. Okay, I'm going to play that video right now, and you tell me if you think it's masked as President Trump, or if you think these people are just projecting their idea of President Trump onto the joke.
The next one's a little harder. I want to see if you can guess who it is I'm doing an impression of. All right, let me get into character. You got to guess who it is, though. Okay, here it goes. Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm gonna try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out. Could be today, tomorrow, 15, 20 years from now. If I find out, you're fucking finished. Who's that? That's you. That's what the audience sounds like to me. That's why I don't be coming out doing comedy all the time, because y'all niggas is the worst motherfuckers I've ever tried to entertain in my fucking life. I'm goddamn sick of it. This is the worst time ever to be a celebrity. You're gonna be finished. Everyone's doomed. Michael Jackson has been dead for 10 years, and this nigga has 2 new cases.
So there you go. Now, did that sound like Trump? No, it sounded like his impersonation of a retard. And what kind of retard was he impersonating there? Well, he was impersonating the kind of retard that pulls up a tweet from 5 years ago and says someone can't host the Oscars because they're homophobic based on a joke about gay people that they posted 5 years ago. I mean, who has Trump done that to? Who has Trump been like, 13 years ago you did this? That's not Trump's thing. That's the media's thing. This guy is so fucking stupid. I'll read it again. His last is a mockery of, his last impersonation is a mockery of, well, anyone who has a take on what he's been saying. Right, you guys, although it's masked as, and by the audience assumed to be. That's because the audience has been brainwashed by you guys to think that anytime someone's impersonating a moron, it's got to be Trump. rhetoric coming from President Trump. Or at the very least, many from the right. Okay. While we can't imagine the guy who spent a chunk of his acclaimed Comedy Central series, Chappelle Show, railing against racism in America, wanting to align with the far-right MAGA extreme of the nation, it's exactly that side that's now propping Chappelle up, reading his words as an attack on the left and expressing its joy over a comedian essentially saying, "Fuck you, I'm going to speak my mind." Well, I'm sure there are a lot of people on the right that are happy that freedom of speech hasn't died yet. But if you actually watch the special, I don't know if this Call guy actually watched the special. If you watch the special, Chappelle aligns on the left. He never makes any points that are pro-right. God forbid you make jokes. What are we all going to be, fucking robots? Boring ass fucking cardboard robots with no sense of humor? His first impression, before he did that second impression that this dumbass wants to call Trump, or wants to say was masked like Trump, the first impression was basically a founding father during the writing of the Constitution. And the founding father says, "Hurry up and finish that Constitution, N-word. I want to go to sleep." Something to that effect. Now, that joke implied that the founding fathers had their slaves writing the Constitution for them. If you really think the far right-wing MAGA supporters could get past that joke at the very beginning of Chappelle's set and not give it a second thought, you're wrong. He makes fun of white people. He says he's pro-abortion or pro-choice. You know, this idea that he's now, that a bunch of people from the right are propping him up, and that's the only reason why he's got 84% on IMDb is fucking moronic. Most of the people that are watching this special, most of the people that are defending Dave Chappelle are people like me that have always been fans of Dave Chappelle. Ever since Half Baked and the Chappelle Show. And yeah, we happen to be tired of the fact that comedians can't be funny anymore because you guys want to tell them what they can and can't say. Yeah, we're sick of that. The two aren't mutually exclusive. It's not like you were either a fan of him before or you're someone that disagrees with the left. No, you can be a fan of Chappelle and disagree with the left, and it's bullshit. I'm by most counts a liberal. But look at where the left has gone in the past 6 years or whatever. Look at how far to the left they've gone. In Canada, if you use the wrong pronoun when referring to someone, you could be charged with a hate speech crime. Those are compelled speech laws. And those are right around the corner if we let these people continue with their agenda. Everything to them is politics. They can't watch a fucking Dave Chappelle comedy special without going back to MAGA and Trump. Everything is politics, and you're either with them or against them. There's no middle ground. You're either with Trump or against him. You're either with the SJW fringe and Antifa or you're against him. And there's no middle ground. And they're going to lose another election because of this, you know? You wonder why you lose elections when you act like this, when you're acting so irrational about everything. When you guys are so irrational about everything. Every little thing gets you guys all upset. Get your panties in a big old twist. Every little thing. You know? Relax. You work in fucking Hollywood or wherever you goddamn dumbasses work. You know? Relax. Let the man tell some jokes. If you don't find the comedy special funny, then write a criticism that's a real criticism. Saying that his jokes are lazy because they offended you, that's not a real criticism. You know, the same guy that wants to say his jokes are lazy, okay, will provide some backup for that claim. Mention a Dave Chappelle joke that you think is lazy and mention all the other comedians that have talked about it. You know? Anyone can just say, hey, that's lazy, when they don't like something. Why didn't you guys might as well just came out and said, this offended us, so we don't like it. Instead of trying to come out and actually criticize it. Instead of trying to come out with your bullshit and say, well, it was lazy. Oh, it was hack. He's a hack. Dave Chappelle is the farthest thing from a hack. Don't get it twisted. What a hack does right now is come out and tell the jokes that he or she knows won't get him in trouble. That's what a hack does right now. Dave Chappelle has serious cojones. And he doesn't give a shit. And you gotta love that. You gotta respect that. Alright, I think I've said everything I have to say. A little bit of a rant. Not very organized. But please go out, or please watch Dave Chappelle's comedy special on Netflix. It's definitely worthwhile. If you have a IMDb username or a username on any other movie review website, watch the special and go give it an honest review. And we'll show the world and Netflix that this was the right move. You know, this was, I know it's scary in the Me Too era, in the social justice era, to take a stand and say, no, we're going to tell jokes. But you have to respect what Netflix has done. You have to respect the fact that Netflix is willing to is willing to back up their artists to a certain degree. And so yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, really thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and please subscribe. I really appreciate it. You can help my channel grow. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the special and just the overall media reaction to it. And go ahead and hit that like button for me. And just help this video kind of get a little bit of traction. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.